What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to A Certain Point of View here on a Monday. I love that fade so much at the beginning of the show. Thank you, StreamYard, very much for doing that. And I just thought to myself, and I know it's been talked about a little bit here on the channel by one person specifically, but I really do need to change that intro. That intro is definitely dated. I need to kind of come up with some ideas for what I can do for a new intro.
I don't think there's a single
I know Brian
video.
hates it, but
I don't think there's a single video from like our new apartment.
no, there's not. There's not one from Brian's new apartment either.
Yeah, and we moved in here August 2021.
And this new setting, it's all from my bedroom when we first started.
All my backgrounds look kind of slightly different.
Yeah.
And then you can see my camera upgrade.
Yours just gets gayer as it
building and building.
Yeah, well, that's life.
Chat, if you guys have ideas for what I can do for intro, let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. Because now my brain is spinning. I'm going to be spinning all show long thinking of ideas of what I could do. So
here we go.
I know it'll make Brian very happy. So, might as well get going on it finally.
I'm fine. I won't use the term fine with the Apocalypse one. I love the ending too much to change it. This one
Wait, what's the ending? Where the girls
yelling at Jacob.
No, that's Apocalypse.
That's what I just said.
Oh, sorry.
With both of these, I said I want this one changed. The Apocalypse one, though.
I'm not changing the Apocalypse one.
I know. I like yelling at Jacob too much at the end for you to change that one.
I got to start collecting sound bites. It's hard because we do the live streams are so long, but I have to start time stamping. Oh, that would be a good moment. Or
I like Andy's plan. Just all the bussies.
Oh,
I wouldn't be involved in that then.
Release the bussy cut.
That's fair. Jake's not in any of the bussy talk.
I wasn't there for any of that. So,
that's fair. Valid. Touche. Darn. Guess we gotta talk more about bussy when Jake's here. Sorry, I killed you.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Everyone in here is sick.
Stop it.
They're sick. I'm dying. There's a whole different scenario going on.
Molly's the only one who's actually not infected here. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Don't jinx it.
Well, back to you, Jill. Hopefully your coughing's okay. How are you doing over there?
I'm alive after last week, kind of. Not really. Any of you know I have a quarterly. It's a big, huge work thing where, I'm pretty much working. I'm essentially working 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every night. It's a lot of fun stuff. I'm drinking, I'm going out to nice dinners, I'm riding side by side. So it's fun, but it's work. And I have to be on the whole time because we're with our new dealers and stuff. And if y'all know me, my social battery only lasts for so long. So when I have to work on my work to be social, it's a lot for me. So it's a week. So I kind of just disappeared into the abyss for a while, but now I'm back. Happy hour was fun. Happy hour was a blast.
Yes.
That was a good time.
Chase texted me and said again about how much fun they had.
Yeah.
So wanted me to pass that along.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. If you have not seen Happy Hour, go watch it. Go watch
Happy Hour. Chase also has open door policy. I think I told them.
Yeah.
Open door policy. Come on in. Stop on by. Yeah. So now I have a fever, which is great. And drinking some emergency. Party. Yeah. It's a good time. Party.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Uh-huh.
Brian, how about you? You doing any better over there?
No.
Ooh.
No.
All aboard the Hot Mess Express.
Oh, I'm the conductor, punching tickets, everything. No, Happy Hour was a really
That's fun.
And we went on a tangent afterwards too. We were like, let's watch Drag Race, and then we never watched.
Yeah, we did. We started the first episode
with Chase.
With Chase. Yeah. Chase had to go.
But we were just gabbing for too long.
We were gabbing for a minute.
Absolute nonsense.
But we got our Taco Bell.
We did all eat Taco Bell together.
We did all get Taco Bell.
No, but
that's great.
Yeah, Happy Hour is fun. little fun break in the week. So
weekend.
So yeah.
All right, Molly, turn it around. How are you doing today?
I'm not
pick up
sick.
the energy, Molly. Pick up the energy. Let's go.
I'm not sick. Had some delicious lasagna for dinner
So
Was
no.
the lasagna from Saturday
from Saturday.
from the same lasagna you were talking about during happy hour?
Did I talk about lasagna on happy hour?
Yeah, you made
Wow.
lasagna before.
That's how much
happy
you all drank that? No, I'm
Yes.
just kidding.
Yes.
I had about 4 Mai Tais.
Holy
Yeah.
Oh,
shyster.
Chase, they were.
Yeah, so I mean, for anybody,
were
I had to
in
cut
it.
out about halfway through. And I don't know if Jill and Chase realized. I don't know how long it took them to realize because they didn't respond to my message. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate
Which
that.
one?
Which one?
In the private chat, I told them, I was like, "Oh, thank you guys, appreciate it. Gotta go." And Molly
No,
responded, but
I saw you were leaving, but I was too enthralled
yeah, I
in
know.
conversation.
I figured. But
Sean,
so
you
I
had
haven't.
the 5th Mai Tai. You said you made enough for 5, and you had the 5th Mai Tai.
I think I
Yeah.
had 5-ish.
I had 4.
Wow,
But
goodness.
I survived the weekend, came out not sick, so there's that. We are extremely busy this week. We're doing so many streams and podcasts and recording stuff, so
A hi bear.
lots to do. Busy bees over here.
Busy bees.
Busiest
Busiest.
bees.
Busiest bees.
Yeah, I wanted to bring it up before we got going. Well, I'll say this first. So we're kind of doing a little bit of a Q&A, ask us anything type of episode. We do have a topic up top that we're going to talk about. We're going to just kind of run through and, go back and forth on some things that we've been watching lately, TV shows, movies, old or new. It's the new year, and maybe we've been catching up on a bunch of stuff or watching some new things that maybe you've never heard of. Just kind of go back and forth on that and then take your guys' questions. But I wanted to also bring it up because it's been talked about a couple times. Yesterday was the official 3-year anniversary of the channel.
Happy
birthday.
January 29th, 2020 was the first
birthday.
upload for it was called, let me actually hide the title right here. It was called A Certain Point of View #1, Introduction and New York Schmodown Live and the League's First Trade. We thought we were so cool. We were the sports center of Schmodown shows.
Was that
Wow.
just you and I?
Yeah, dude, we went for like 5 months by ourselves.
Yeah, I know.
And it looked terrible.
my
The
mind-
lighting was awful. The audio was so effed up. It was great. It was great.
In my mind, I almost don't count it until it was 4 of us. Sometimes I forget.
It
Yeah,
was
so-
an evolution.
We grew.
We're like a Pokemon. We evolved.
Are we in our final form now?
Who knows?
Who's to say?
Maybe we have like 6 or 7 evolutions. Who knows what's going to happen?
Speaking of Chase, hi Chase.
Hi, Chase.
They said they saw the message.
Oh. We were just having way too much fun to type
No,
on
that's fair.
our
That's fair.
computers.
That's fair.
Sorry.
No worries. I just didn't want to disappear and then you guys be like, where did Jake go?
Where'd you go? What
Oh,
happened?
Sean, that's fair. I didn't think about that.
To what?
He was our first.
Sean was our first official guest.
He
before
was.
His episode was
number 2, I think. No?
Was it? No. It was on March 4th, 2020, on episode number 5. Getting to know Sean Sullivan with Sean Sullivan.
Aw, getting to
Precious.
know you.
And I was like, yeah, we're gonna go for about 45, maybe an hour. It was 2 hours long.
Sounds about right. Yeah. That tracks.
But that's what happens when you bring Sean on.
That tracks. Yeah.
No, that was great. That was a fun episode. Okay. Before we get into too much reminiscing, let's kind of just talk about some things maybe we've been watching recently, maybe semi-recently. Obviously, leaving kind of like the week-to-week stuff out, like The Bad Batch and The Last of Us and stuff like that. We're always kind of talking about maybe some old TV shows or movies. Like obviously for our Patreon trivia, I just rewatched the entire Pitch Perfect movies. That's something that I could mention. That was the first time I've seen them in a long time, and the first time I'd seen the third movie, which Jill, you weren't at trivia, but I just realized when I was writing the trivia that I had never seen the third movie. I thought I had seen it when it came out, but I had no idea. I had never seen it.
Ooh,
So
would we call that movie a treat?
That's why
I don't know if it's.
I've never seen any of them, so I don't know.
It's not as much as a treat as the others, but I mean, it was a surprise. I'll say that it was definitely a surprise. But yeah. So who wants to go first? Does anybody want to bring something up that they've been watching? Kind of talk about.
Are we doing TVs and movies?
Oh, thank you, baby.
Can be anything. Yep.
You can move that up. Thank you.
Let's
You made me
Well,
tea.
we've all been watching Drag Race together
We've all been watching Drag Race.
because I've talked about this a few times already, but I am catching up. I started from season 4 of Drag
catching
Race.
up on your history.
She's learning
Herstory.
she's learning her history. Yeah.
I'm loving it so much. I'm a couple episodes into season 7 right now, so
I
finally
totally
getting some-
forgot. I forgot Ginger Minge is season 7 too.
Oh my god,
I fucking love Ginger Minge.
I'm really starting to get attached to some of the season 7 folks.
There's definitely a couple that are great. But yeah, lots of Drag Race happening up in here.
Mhm.
Yeah, so much Drag Race. I'm watching a lot. I'm one of those horrible people where everyone's like, you need to watch this series and you need to watch this series, but then I end up just watching trash reality shows instead.
Sounds like Gabby.
Yeah. So I just finished my binge of Sister Wives. Watched
Oh my God.
watched every single episode, all however 17 fucking seasons
Even
there
I
are.
won't step foot in that one.
I needed to know
17 seasons?
Well, because I needed to know why all the wives left him, so I had to like start over from the beginning.
So when a wife leaves, does he re-wife up?
No, so he was at spoiler alert. He had 4 wives, and now he only has 1. So now he
Oh,
is an
no.
now he is.
Oh my God! Wait,
He's a
so he's a
normal
normal
person.
man now?
Yep.
Oh my
Did you hear
God.
the tea though?
What tea?
That about they tried to go after another wife.
Stupid.
Did you hear it already?
I did hear about that. So dumb.
They literally like flew to Mexico, tried
Oh, gross.
to get like sister wives with this.
Wasn't
like,
she? I heard she was like super young
just, like,
too.
21.
Like that's the thing with the thing with that though is if she's not a US citizen, he would have to divorce his current wife to marry her. Otherwise, because they would need like the K1 visa thing. So that's a whole
I don't.
thing.
I just was scrolling on Twitter and saw it, and I was just like, trash.
They just need to stop. That's
I know absolutely nothing about these people.
Well,
And-
guess you need to just binge all of Sister Wives, Molly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Even I haven't touched foot into that pond.
I'm surprised you guys haven't like even people who have never watched Sister Wives have stumbled into like Sister Wives TikTok.
Oh,
And,
I
like-
do because I think my phone hears you talk about it all the time.
Oh, well,
So-
now all of you are gonna get stumbling into Sister Wives TikTok. But I binged that.
My phone is listening to you right now, Jill.
Yeah, you're gonna get Sister Wives TikToks
Right
now.
here.
So I binged that. What other reality shows am I watching? Intervention I got back into.
I love Intervention.
I do too.
That
It
show's
is
still
like-
on?
Yeah.
They do waves.
It's
kinda.
like yeah.
what
So-
network is that on?
It's on A&E.
That's what I
Mm.
thought.
I
A&E.
love Intervention.
So
I
Intervention.
get so upset if they don't like get cured at the end of it, or not cured, go into
Didn't
treatment.
they?
Go to treatment.
Speaking of A&E, didn't they bring back
60 days in.
60 Days In?
Yeah.
Right?
They did.
Is that the prison thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they brought it back, but I don't know if it was successful enough to.
Well, it was different because they had to like do something differently because obviously prisoners were like kind of
Well,
catching
so it
on
went
to what
on
was happening.
hiatus because of that.
Yeah.
And
Could you
they-
imagine being someone who goes in and not knowing the prisoners know that you're a snitch? Like you're gonna die.
They like knew by season 2, which is wild to think about how quickly that spread.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no, the last one, because I used to watch that show pretty religiously, but now it's not as good. The last season they actually used people that like went to jail a long time ago to like put them back in.
Interesting.
But I watched like one episode and it was
Before we continue on, I want to bring up a super chat here from one Tim Sim. Thank you, Tim, as always.
Tim.
Seriously,
Thank
anyone who
you.
hasn't cried at last night's The Last of Us episode is not human. Correct, but Tim, we're going to save that conversation for tomorrow because our review is tomorrow, 5 o'clock Pacific, right here on the channel. Myself, Brian, Molly, Alex, Jill would join if she would watch the episodes.
I'm watching it
we're-
after this.
You have to watch 2.
That's
We're gonna-
fine. That's 2 hours. It's
Okay.
fine.
We're gonna review it tomorrow, right here on the channel. So make sure you join us for that.
Alex was talking to me earlier. He read something, maybe it was on Reddit, or he saw a tweet or something that said the writers or producers were like, all right, we need to have an episode where Joel gets the truck. How about we write one of the best show episodes of all time, and then he'll get the truck.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun little thing.
I can't, and we don't have to dive into it, but I can't wait to talk to you and Alex about how much it differentiates from the game.
I saw on TikTok.
I've seen just small clips, and then Shaw, when my best friend Shaw, he texted me and he kind of like broke it down a little bit for me. But I'm super this is the most excited I've been to talk about it, just because it's the first episode that goes fully just different angle from the game story. So
yeah, we'll cover it a lot tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it's one of those instances where like they saw an opportunity to give us something beautiful, even and very different from the game, and they knocked it out of the park. And it was like, I don't think any fans of the game could be mad at what we got. So
for sure.
Oh, well, the homophobe ones, obviously.
Sure.
Well, and there's also
we'll get
into tomorrow.
We'll
get into it tomorrow.
With the still.
Jill, sidebar question for you real quick. What's on your mug?
It's
Life Day.
Hey, Jeremy was asking.
No, I said it as a question. It's Life Day, isn't it?
It's Life Day. It's a Life Day mug.
Jill got me one of those too.
Yeah, I got one for myself because we collect the little Star Wars Starbucks cups, and I was like, Molly needs one. I think they were Disneyland exclusive. I think they were park exclusive.
I put my tea in this Yeti, and it is still piping hot because I've already burned my tongue once on it.
I do that in the morning, and I leave it like 6:45 in the morning, and it's not cool until like 7:45, 8 when I get to work. I have to wait so long. I have to take the lid off. I have to take the lid off and everything. It's ridiculous. Okay, so stepping away from the reality TV, because I don't want to talk about reality TV all night long.
So your wife is.
It's constant in my house.
I have other things other than reality TV.
I get the, hey, how are you doing? I'm great. Thanks for asking. Have you caught up on this? I'm like, that's what you really want to talk about.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. But so this falls in line with The Last of Us and Bad Batch, but Sean here is alluding to The Legend of Vox Machina.
I'm so happy you're finally watching Vox.
I won't take too much time on it because it's a current show.
Yeah, he's caught up.
I thought he's referring to the animal at the end of that.
What else would he be referring to other than Legends of Vox?
The bear.
The bear.
I don't think Sean watches the bear.
Sean doesn't watch the bear.
Which is what I was going to bring up. Oh,
that's what I thought. I thought he was talking.
No, the bear is for Trinket in Vox.
Trinket, yeah.
So look, there's 6 episodes out right now on season 2. If you haven't, I highly recommend watching the show. Even if you're not a Dungeons and Dragons fan, the show in general is effing wild.
It's great.
Like, okay, so if you loved Invincible, you're more than likely going to love this show because it's a vulgar animated adult show.
That's a great way to put it too.
They don't hold back. It's bloody and gory as all hell. And the characters are really, really great. And there's twists and there's turns, and
the cast is great.
The cast is really good. Sean pointed out to me that Will Friedle, aka Eric Matthews, drops F-bombs in season 2.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I had no idea it was him until Sean pointed it out to me.
I didn't either. Sean turned to me and looked at me. He was like, "Do you know who that is?" And I was like,
I would have never guessed it because the voices sometimes sound a little different through audio rather than just seeing their faces. But he's dropping curse words. I'm like, oh my god, Eric Matthews dropping curse words. This is the greatest thing of all time.
Oh yeah. We love Will Friedle in this household.
Right now, who is that?
Will Friedle.
He plays Eric Matthews on Boy Meets World.
Ron Stoppable from Kim Possible.
That's Big Brother.
Got it.
But yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's a fun show. It has some really interesting storylines and some really, really good characters. There's the whole entire first season, which is 12 episodes, and then plus 6 out for season 2 right now. And there may be a little bit of a season review coming afterwards from Sean and I. So who knows?
Oh, yes. And they just announced that they're also going to be. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Vox Machina is the. I think Sean will correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I think to this day, it's still the highest grossing GoFundMe in history.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah.
So it's by the people who do Critical Role. They are a bunch of voice actors who Twitch stream their D&D campaign. And this was their first campaign that they did. They made it into an animated series. And they just announced that they are also going to be animating their second campaign, which is arguably their most famous campaign that they've done. So they just announced Kickstarter. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, and Sean said for that story, it's not as vulgar, but he likes that story more. So that's exciting.
Yeah. It gets very deep. So I'm super excited for Mighty Nine.
Not that I have any business waving into this pool.
I don't, Brian. I know.
No. I listen before I say it. It's like Dungeons and Dragons is kind of making like.
Oh, it's a hardcore comeback.
I don't want to say comeback, but
it's a comeback.
Comeback. But at the same time, I know I'm literally lighting a fire under Sean right now.
I would say in the public eye, it's a comeback, not privately.
And I would even argue that, I mean, with the rise of like nerd culture being more of a popular thing, but I mean, Sean can probably again correct me, but I think Stranger Things is what really kind of made people very interested in Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, because we're getting I think they just announced a live action television show. We're getting a live action movie with Chris Pine. We're getting a lot of ish.
Yeah, I think Stranger Things really kicked that whole thing off.
But which Jill knows about now.
Yeah, Jill caught up on.
Did you finish?
Things. Not yet. We still have 3 more episodes. Okay. We're almost done.
Well, so I want to ask the question again, but I asked it in the message, Jill. Running up that hill?
See, what's funny is
you're annoyed by it.
No, not at all. I love that song, and that episode is phenomenal. I love that episode. But Meg Myers, there's an artist, Meg Myers, who actually covered Running Up That Hill, and it was on the charts before Stranger Things, that Stranger Things episode came out. So I actually knew the Meg Myers version.
I love Meg Myers, by the way. She's great.
I saw her. She opened for My Chem. She was great.
Oh, yeah, she's great. She
was wonderful. So I think, but yeah, no, that episode's phenomenal. Sean and I always talk about how absolutely gorgeously like the character design of Vecna is.
I think he's in what's great. Obviously, there's visuals involved.
On Saturday, he's hot.
Oh yeah, because it's the dude from Sweeney Todd. Yeah.
So obviously, there's visuals involved, but practically, he looks incredible.
I love that they used practical makeup for him. That was the best choice.
It's like a full-on suit and everything. Like you watch the behind-the-scenes stuff, and he's just like walking around doing his thing. It is pretty remarkable for a television show. And obviously, Stranger Things is arguably the biggest thing on planet Earth when it comes to TV shows. It's still crazy that they were able to put someone in a full Vecna suit and allow him to act, because that adds, like, imagine Sadie Sink on set acting to someone in like a green suit compared to acting to actual Vecna. Like that makes a big difference.
Yeah,
and he uses his own voice.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Have you guys?
He's very talented.
Of him like recording some of his lines, it is wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's very talented.
I'm in Twilight.
Can we not get on Twilight Train?
Oh yeah,
he's one of the Volturi.
He's one of the Volturi. Yeah.
Jill, I gotta ask this question. Well, I have to ask 2 questions. One, who's your favorite character so far? Well, I guess so far you're on season 4. So who's your favorite character?
Jonathan.
Okay, that's a good answer. I don't know where you are exactly, but how do you think season 4 ends? I'm just curious.
I still have no idea.
Okay, all right.
I still have no clue. I'm still trying to figure out, like, Sean and I are still hypothesizing if the Doctor in the flashback scenes with 11 is actually Vecna, or if it just happens to be the same actor. We're still kind of like trying to figure that whole thing out. But
God, I wish, we might have to get you guys' reaction for the POV patrons to watching
Oh, like record
certain
it?
stuff that's coming. Yeah, like because whew,
I mean, we
it's
could.
good.
That's what we
But-
should do. Drag race.
Yeah, so we're doing that whole mind figuring out thing because I'm like, oh well, it looks like, Vecna goes after people who have like really major regrets in their life and like they're whatever. So I'm like, oh, maybe like because that's where this stemmed from because 11 like kind of kills them sort of.
I could only imagine the tangents that Sean goes on.
He really does it. I'm the
No.
one who goes on like the.
I could see Jill do it because they're like I don't know why this has nothing to do with it, but the tangent she went on for 2 hours watching Love Actually about those characters, and the amount of characters that are in Stranger Things, I could see the tangents that Jill could go on. Yeah.
I do with some of them. I think the biggest tangent, it wasn't really a tangent, it was more of like a comment I made, is that I feel like as the kids got older, other than like Millie Bobby Brown, like their acting got kind of worse.
Really?
Like that might be a hot take. I don't know. But
I mean, I know the actor that plays Mike, and I'm forgetting his real life
Finn
name.
Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard. He's very popular right now. He's in a lot of stuff. He's been in a lot of stuff.
And I think he's just okay in season 4.
Does he have his own band?
Same.
Is he?
Maybe.
Is he the one with the band?
Maybe.
That
would make sense. He kind of looks like a rocker.
In season, like he was amazing. Like all the kids were fucking stellar in season 1, season 2. Season 4, I think Finn Wolfhard is just like he's there for contractual reasons. Is kind of what the vibe I'm kind of getting. But like he's still fun to watch. But Millie Bobby Brown's a freaking talent, though.
So outside of her, I think Dustin's the best actor on the show.
I love Dustin.
I love him. He is unreal.
I love Dustin.
I think he's so good.
I just want to take Dustin and put him in my pocket.
Yeah. Take him out whenever you want.
Whenever I need someone to cheer me up, I'll just take Dustin out of my pocket and be like,
make
me happy, say fun things.
The him and Steve relationship. How much do you like that?
It's precious. It's adorable.
Oh,
Babysitter Steve. I love it. But yeah, Jonathan's my favorite. Not so much in season 4, but I love me like a weird underdog, nerdy kid who ends up getting like the hot girl. So I was like, get it, Jonathan. Get it. Hopper. Also, that spoiler alert for anyone who has not watched Stranger Things or is planning on it.
Spoiler, last chance.
Cover your ears. But so at the end of season 3, when I thought Hopper died, I was legit like sobbing.
Yeah.
I was legit like I was not, and then I was like texting you guys during it. I was like, no, not my man Hopper. How dare they? And then literally the end of the next, like the season opener, they're like, oh, just kidding, he's alive. I'm like, the fuck. It made me feel things for no reason.
I remember watching that one for the first time, and I was more angry than sad, and then I was just kind of like, there's no way.
Yeah.
No
we all debated for so long, and then was it the end of that episode where they kind of had like that Russian tease with like the American or whatever? It was the end of that episode, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we still didn't know like the possibilities were out there because we didn't know what happened. But yeah.
We can end that.
Well, for anybody who hasn't watched it, they definitely need to watch it. Yeah, we're not getting Stranger Things 5 until next year. So we have a ways to go, but
I'm telling Tim we're all good now.
I can't tell if he was just saying that or if he's mad that spoilers were said.
No, he said mess. No, because I said muted if you haven't seen it.
I know that only Molly has seen this, but I do want to bring this up. Gabby and I just finished The Bear on Hulu.
I heard nothing.
If you have not watched The Bear, they're half-hour episodes, even shorter, like 20, 25 minutes. There's 8 of them. The main actor, and I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head, he won a Golden Globe for his performance in the show. This show is incredible. He's from Shameless. This show is incredible.
Yeah, so good. And
the character work. Cousin is unreal. Sydney is great.
Jeremy Allen.
Thank you, Brian. I think it's just such a great inside look at like a small kitchen, and obviously like the story behind it, the setup and kind of like the reveals. John Bernthal shows up, which is wild.
I love.
Yeah, And
Also,
Molly, I
Matty
don't know.
Matheson is in it. I don't know if anyone watches his YouTube channel, but he's hilarious.
I don't know if you remember this exact episode, Molly, or not, but it's episode 7, the episode where they have the pre-order tickets.
Mm,
Oh
Like,
my
just-
God. My anxiety was like, it was like watching a Last of Us episode. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I was watching this episode, losing my mind. It almost felt like a 20-minute tracking shot that never stopped. They were just constantly following a character in the kitchen. It was unreal. Like, it blew my expectations, really. Like, I was not expecting the show to be this good. It was fantastic.
I think we watched it. We might have watched it all in one sitting because the episodes are shorter. It was
They're like
either in
20
one
minutes.
sitting or 2 sittings, but I remember starting it and then very quickly finishing it because we got hooked in like the first or second episode and we were like, what is this show? This is insane.
It's so good. It's so good.
I've heard
Yeah.
nothing but amazing things about it.
Yeah, it's a very easy watch too. 8 episodes, 20 minutes each.
Oh shoot.
20
It's on
minutes
Hulu.
each,
It's an FX show, so it's on Hulu if you have it. Would highly recommend.
I'll check it out.
And the performances are really good. Like, there's just so many good characters in the show. I can't wait for season 2. The way it ended, obviously, is such a cool ending.
Yep.
So yeah, check out The Bear. There's another one.
The Bear. It's on
The
my
Bear.
list. The Bear.
It's on the ever ending list, right? The never ending list.
I still haven't started Wednesday.
Oh, Jill.
Great.
Jill. Whoa, Jill.
I know.
Jill.
Wednesday.
I started
Yeah.
it a while ago and I never finished it. So
Molly.
I need to get back on it.
Molly.
I like that Jake and I have both fully
Yeah,
watched the
this
show
is
that
literally a
he's
show for
from
you two.
I know.
It's literally a Jill and Molly show.
Well, see, I end up watching shows that like I'm not watching only shows that Alex wants to watch, but the time that we usually spend watching TV is together, and then we'll
Mm-mm.
just try to pick something that we're both kind of into. And so I don't think he wants to watch Wednesday among all the other things that we're trying to get to. So
His loss.
yeah. Well, we're doing a Mando rewatch right now too.
mm,
So that
right.
just adds to something that we're watching instead of watching something else that's new.
It's fair. That's fair.
I get that.
This is one that I have on my list as well. I haven't watched it yet, but Andy brings it up. Poker Face, which is on Peacock. This
Yeah.
is written and directed by Ryan Johnson.
I need to watch
It's
that
another.
too.
It's another whodunit.
It has
Um,
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It has like a million actors in it.
Yeah.
There's people all over the place in this show.
Nice.
I'm currently watching another show right now, but I think it's going to be next up on my list, which, yeah. I watched so much stuff in January because I was sick for 2.5 weeks. I could list off so many things,
Mhm.
TV shows that I watch, movies. Like, this would be endless, but there's
Are
just so
there-
much good stuff out there.
Are there movies or shows that you guys started where you're like, this is hot garbage?
I watched a show that was not very good that I finished because I just finished it while I was
What
sick. I was
was
like,
it?
I'm gonna finish
Yeah,
this.
Jake's a
do
complete
that.
sadist.
So,
What
I rarely do kind of stop and not watch something. I typically have like a 2 or 3 episode rule. Like, if I don't like it after 2 or 3 episodes, I won't go back to it. But because I was sick, I was like, I'm just gonna finish this. It's called The Rig on Prime Video. So it's
Is it
about an
about a
oil
boat?
rig crew,
Oh, yeah.
and it has a supernatural element about something under the ocean. But the show literally goes nowhere. Like,
Mm,
if like there was no conclusion to the end of the show, like
Ew.
whatsoever, and the mystery is still left up there. It was only 6 episodes, and I'm thinking to myself when I finished it, there is no possible way this show's getting picked up for a second season. You completely ruined your chance by not showing us anything in the 6 episodes.
Are they
It has
doing-
what's his name? It's Daenerys's right-hand man, the fighter who was in love with her.
The Friend Zone.
So Joris,
Yeah. Yes, he's the lead of the.
I don't remember his
He's
real
the
name.
lead of the show, and Robert Baratheon is in it as well.
Oh,
Um,
fun.
they're both in it, but the show just goes absolutely nowhere. So I do not recommend The Rig. Do not watch it.
Mm.
Everyone in the chat is talking about Velma. I have not.
Ugh.
I don't even
So-
want to. I don't even want to like hate
tried
watch
it.
it.
I
No.
stopped. That's
Okay.
actually when I stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched the first maybe like 15 minutes of it. And I was like, yeah, no. I'm just gonna go back to Vox Machina. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with that one.
No.
It was
Mhm.
not like it goes there. Like the opening scene definitely throws you for a loop on like the Scooby-Doo thing.
Well, it's
'Cause
not
it-
even Scooby Doo. It's just
Well, I mean, like the whole like vibe of Scooby-Doo, right? Like family fun, mystery, it's kitty. They make sure you know within the first 10 minutes of the show that's not this. Like this is totally different.
what's the point
It's-
of having the IP if you're not
It's
going to
it's
utilize
just
it?
it's wild. It is, yeah. No, I probably won't watch that.
They easily could have done like a big mouth type thing with original characters instead of an IP and making those characters not at all what those characters
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Well, like yeah, Fred's a bimbo, but like he's a sweetheart bimbo. He's not like a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like come on now. Anyway. But
I'm
yeah,
I'm trying to like make a list in my head of everything we're actively watching because it's a lot, but it's like a bunch of random stuff. So
I watched the Dahmer series. I did watch that.
So did I. You the Evan Peters one, right?
The Evan Peters one.
Yeah, so did I. I watched that as well.
we're watching Abbott Elementary, which is a really fun show.
It is dead on to what school is like. Dead.
It's-
I watched one episode and I was like, no, this is too real.
Isn't the guy from Everybody Hates Chris is on that?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a bunch of great people on the show. And if you liked Parks and Recreation, it has a very similar vibe where it's like
Tyler James Williams. Is that you think of?
I
Maybe.
think that's his name.
Maybe.
But it's like a camera crew that are following all these teachers around, and that show's hilarious. Where I don't remember where Bob's Burgers is in their season right now, but we religiously watch Bob's Burgers. It's so good.
Never got into Bob's Burgers.
It's so funny.
I wish I did. I never
They have
got around to it.
They have some of the best holiday episodes.
I like the turkey song. The
Yeah.
grab your cranberry sauce. We're having mashed potatoes. Like that.
I've never
Look-
seen a single episode of Bob's Burgers.
Oh, it's so good. Linda is hilarious, and she is my spirit animal.
Kylo staring at a ghost.
Ever. Maybe.
Is your garage haunted?
Hey, Betty. What are you doing?
Something else that we've been watching that's been really fun to just have to put on whenever because there's so much of it is Taskmaster, and it's free to watch on YouTube. It's an
What
old,
is Taskmaster?
it's an older like British game show.
Ooh,
I don't
love game
actually know
shows.
how old it is. It's not that old, but like it's been on for several seasons, and every season they have a different group of like celebrities, and they're mostly British celebrities, so you don't really know who they are unless you're watching a lot of British stuff, but there'll be some people that you'll recognize. But basically there's two hosts, and one of the hosts comes up with these random tasks that everyone has to do, and they film it, and it'll be like I'm trying to remember the one that we just watched. It was like make a fantastic pair of legs or something like that.
Oh,
And it's you can interpret it kind of any way you want, and then so they just film people doing these random tasks, and then they give them the scores at the end, and they keep track of the scores. It's weird to explain. I would just give it a shot because it's free to watch on YouTube. It's hilarious.
I love British shows.
I think this was referring to Bob's Burgers, but I want to bring this up. I guess it got renewed for more. So there you go.
I feel like Bob's Burgers is going to be like the new Simpsons, where it's just going to be on
Mhm.
for like 90 million years.
Taskmaster's on YouTube, you said, Molly?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Good to know.
Speaking of old shows, but like not really, for any of my Food Network people out there who love those cooking shows, they brought back a new Iron Chef on Netflix
Really?
with Alton Brown. Alton Brown is still doing the thing. It's still the same guy that says like a la cuisine, like all fancy and stuff, and then they go get like their ingredients. So yeah, they made a new Iron. It's called like Iron Chef like Masters or Iron Chef like Grand Champion or something like that. But it's Iron Chef, Like it's OG, not OG Iron Chef, but it's Alton Brown.
It is
Iron Chef.
called. Oh wait, if this is right, Iron Chef Quest for an Iron Legend.
That one. It's that one. Alton Brown. I can listen to him just like talk all day. I love Alton.
Oh, he's
Brown.
great. He's great. I miss his. I miss Cutthroat Kitchen.
Oh, Cutthroat Kitchen was
when he did Cutthroat Kitchen. I thought
Cutthroat Kitchen was great.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Andy brought this up. Greg Davies is the main host. He was the teacher on In-Betweeners, which I don't know what that is, but
In-Betweeners is it's a British TV show. It's so good.
British shows are usually the best.
It's an old early 2000s. Let me see. It's so funny. So in fact, I should rewatch that. That was one of those shows for me. First episode was 2010. Okay. That was one of those shows where you watched it so much that you begin to memorize it, and then you finally stop watching it long enough. And now I could probably rewatch it and not remember anything. So that'd be a good one. Yeah, it's very vulgar and hilarious, and yeah, it's in the vein of like a sex education type.
Speaking. Oh, wait, hold on. That's perfect. I can bring that up because Gabby finished Sex Education. Everyone should go watch Sex Education. That show is incredible. Just gonna take my chance. Oh, Alex! No.
I tried to get him to watch it because I think I watched the first season and I haven't watched anything past that. But he was like,
so good. Maven Otis for life. Modus.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And she was rewatching it, and I wanted her to finish it, so I gave her the chance to watch it by herself. But I was like, if you could hold on, like I'd love to rewatch this with you. And then she would pop in an episode here and there, which was cool, just to relive it. But yeah, Sex Education is great. Everyone should go watch that. All right, any last TV shows, movies that we're forgetting before we move on to the Ask Us Anything portion of the show?
So I haven't said any. I just finished on Peacock The Traitors, which is
reality TV,
but it's more of like a game. It's a game show. It's more of a game. It's like, it's not so much reality TV as it is like in the vein of like a Big Brother type thing, Survivor-ish type thing. So what it is it's basically what is that game called? Is it Hidden Nazi or what's it? It's like
Secret Hitler.
Yeah, Secret Hitler.
I don't know if it's secret but someone gets killed and you're trying to figure out type situation. So here, I'll explain how it works. So there's 20 people. They are in this Scottish castle. And essentially 3 people get picked to be the traitors, and no one knows who they are except for the 3.
Alan Cummings in it?
Yeah, he's the host, and he's hilarious in it. And so those 3 traitors, they kill one of the 17 people, well, 20, and a little bit, but they kill one of those people. So then the next day, they're obviously all the house is trying to figure out who's doing it and whatnot. But at the same time, they're doing competitions as a whole. So they're building this cash pot, just bigger and bigger and bigger. But if there's any traitors left at the end, those traitors can take all the money. But if they vote out all the traitors, then the people that weren't traitors keep the money. And so it's just eventually someone gets murdered, someone gets accused, and then they get sent home. So it's banished or murdered. So it's just
sounds like Among Us.
It is pretty much, but there is that like competition. Like if they do really crappy in the competition, they're not going to get any money to put at the end.
Yeah.
It sounds like Big Brother, but with murder.
Yeah, this sounds like a few different board games that I played.
It was great. So what they did is they took 10 people from like reality TV, like Bravo.
Yeah, I see a former Bachelor in the picture.
Yeah,
Ari.
there's a couple Survivor people, and then so half of them are celebrities, whatever you want to call them, and then the other half is just regular schmoes that they found on the street. And so it was really good. Like, I had zero expectations for it, and I binged that thing. It was really good.
Curtis said Benoit Blanc wouldn't be good at this game.
Is that a football player?
No.
Daniel Craig in Knives Out, Jill.
Oh, I never saw it.
Jesus.
Jill!
We know this. I haven't seen that.
I don't know if I did know that.
It's fun because you just find yourself yelling at the screen like, "You idiot!" Like, they'll be like, "It's for sure this person," and this person's like lollygagging outside, and you're just like, but it's fun to watch.
Gabby watched that, didn't she?
No, I'm trying to convince her to watch it.
Oh, okay.
And then I watched The Menu the other day, which was really
so good.
I love
right?
that.
really good. I just on a whim, I was up at 3 a.m, couldn't fall asleep, and was just like, I'm just gonna throw on The Menu, and it was like, I was sitting there like,
Yeah, it's so good. So good.
so good.
It's very intense.
Yeah. And then I watched. What did I watch yesterday, Jake?
Hell or High Water.
Oh, Hell or High Water.
That's good.
Save your thoughts, Brian. Save your thoughts.
I know, that's why I'm not saying anything. Also, shout out Sean Room for the theme. I keep forgetting, for theming it up for happy hour, which he clearly did just for our happy hour.
That tiki,
Yeah, just for us.
Tiki aesthetics.
Just for them.
I love
Oh, is
that picture.
90 show out?
Yeah, it's been on Netflix for a couple weeks. Vapion, put it in the Discord. Let me know what you thought of that. I'd love to hear from you because I've heard a lot of mixed things about that show. So I would love to hear your perspective on that 90s show.
Keep on it.
I've heard a couple people talk about it. I was a huge That 70s Show fan. Like, I watched reruns for years when they were on the air. So I would love to hear what you thought of it in the Discord. All right, let's move forward a little bit. I have a couple questions here that we can start with. I'm going to start with a super chat from one Mike K. Mike, thank you as always.
Hi.
Happy Monday, View Crew. Any predictions you guys have about the upcoming DC Studios announcements? Any characters outside of the Justice League you want to see on the big screen for the first time? So a little backstory in this. Tomorrow, or it was revealed today, obviously James Gunn is now the new head of DC. He and his partner Peter Safran did a private presentation to DC and Warner Brothers about what their plan is for DC today. And the plan is, if it went well, it's going to be publicly announced tomorrow. The first set of whatever the announcement is, whatever they're kind of, I'll just use the verbiage for Marvel, the first phase of what they're going to be doing for the new DC. There's no word on whether or not it's going to be full on reboot, if they're kind of picking up on the good pieces that were left over from the previous regime. I'm sure that'll all be announced tomorrow, but we can kind of just go through, talk about some characters that we would love to see, maybe some stories that have not been touched on yet. Obviously, you expect to see things like the big trios of Supermans and Batmans. And
Are they gonna do
Wonder
another
Woman,
new
so-
Batman?
Probably.
I'm so
And they'll
over
probably
DC.
do a new Superman. So let's keep the big characters out of it, just for the sake of the argument, because they are the money makers. What are some of the wild ones or things that you love DC wise that you would love to see? You know, some weird characters or a specific story between characters. Let's kind of talk about this for a little bit, because this is obviously going to take over the week for like the whole comic book side of things anyway. If this is all announced tomorrow, it's going to be a pretty big topic of discussion. So what do we predict to happen, or what we want to see?
I want Green Lantern so badly.
Brian, I think that's going to be in the first wave. I think you're going to get it.
Green
I
Lantern.
hope so.
I think you're going to get it.
he was my favorite character growing up.
Well, and he's such a big character, and he hasn't been touched in 12 years. So
Yeah, well,
I think you're going to get it, Brian.
that movie was that bad, so I can't blame them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want a Green Lantern, because he has one of my favorite stories of all time, which could be like an Avengers event type situation, Blackest Night. So it just, give me anything.
Gotham City Sirens is where I'm at.
Yeah.
Give me a Gotham City Sirens.
Yeah, and the Gotham City Sirens from the comics is Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and
Catwoman.
Catwoman, right?
Mhm.
Okay, Catwoman.
Yes, I will be down for that.
I would like
too.
also to see more.
Well, hold on, Brian. Hold on. I got a question for the panel, real quick. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn or a full-on new one?
Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Gaga.
So how would you guys feel? How would you guys feel? Because more than likely, it's gonna be a full-on reboot. So what if? So how do you guys feel about a brand new person playing Harley Quinn that isn't Margot Robbie?
I would be very upset.
I'd be bummed.
It makes me
I mean,
sad.
she's been in like 4 or 5
There's
movies.
there's few people that I would genuinely want to stick around for this reboot. She would be one of them.
I am a Harley Quinn like stan. Like I'm a Harley Quinn purist. Like she is my baby.
We see the hammer.
Yeah, they're all back there. But when Suicide Squad came out and Harley was going to be in it, I was going in it thinking I was going to absolutely despise her performance. She wasn't going to pull it off, and she was the one thing I adored in Suicide Squad.
Three people just. I'm sorry, Jill.
I would
3
take
people
that.
just had the same exact. Mia
I
Goth
would-
is Harley Quinn. Mia Goth is Harley Quinn. Mia Goth.
I don't know who that is.
So Mia
Yeah,
Goth is
it's
the
Pearl.
woman who Pearl X, and then the third film that's coming out. And she's also in a movie right now called Infinity Pool, right?
Yeah.
Infinity Pool. That's
I
not
just
a bad
love
idea.
And Birds of Prey is like my
I
favorite
love
DC
Birds of
movie.
Prey. Same.
It was so good. It was so good. I want more of Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, but
I think she's a perfect
She's
casting.
Barbie now.
she's Barbie.
Yeah,
Lost her to Barbie.
I think I definitely think that she's like the perfect casting for Harley Quinn, and I think if it was up to James Gunn, if it was solely up to James Gunn, he would keep her. I just think that they're going full on reboot. I think they're cutting ties and they're starting over, and I don't think we're going to see Harley Quinn for a little bit because she has been so prominent over the past couple of years. As much as I could take Harley Quinn every year.
Oh, same.
Because you get different sides of the character every time. But I just think that they're going to hit the refresh button on all of that.
I bet they get someone younger. Because like Margot Robbie's not old. She's only 32.
No.
But I bet if they're trying to really reboot everything and recast people, I bet they'll get a bunch of younger.
I mean, Mia Goth is a great option. That's a great option. And there's obviously tons of people out there that would audition and whatnot. But and to your point, Molly, someone younger that is different, obviously, from Gaga's Harley that's coming out in Joker 2. A little bit of an older version of that character. So I'd probably say a younger version would probably fit.
Yeah.
Outside of Harley Quinn, though, I mean, I have one, and I think was it Mike that said it? I've been on this train for a while.
You cut me off, and now you're gonna take it over.
I didn't know. Sorry, go ahead.
I just was gonna say I want all the stupid Batman villains.
I was gonna say, I mean, you have the entire Rogue gallery. Give me fucking Calendar Man.
Yes.
Give me Mad Hatter.
I want
Eraserhead. Yeah, you've never heard of Calendar Man?
No, I know very little about DC.
Condiment King.
Condiment King.
Yeah,
I want Condiment King.
Give me the weirdos.
Desperately. Who else? He has some of the
Kite Man.
Yeah, Kite Man.
They need to if they're rebooting something from Birds of Prey, they need to redo Victor Zsasz because they turned Victor Zsasz into a goofy sidekick. And Victor Zsasz is supposed to be fucking terrifying.
It could be that could have been anyone. I actually liked that character, but
it wasn't Victor Zsasz though.
He could have just been. It could have literally just been anyone. Yeah, I just want some really dumb, stupid.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I know.
It's James Gunn. You never know.
I think if we ever do that, it'll be like okay. Just for example, let's say we get a new Batman, right? We don't need the origin story. The first scene, we see Batman taking down a villain, and it happens to be Kite Man. Like that's all we're gonna get. He's not gonna be the main villain of a movie ever.
Cool. That's cool. I just want to see more villains other than like fucking Joker. Or
I think
you
I
know.
definitely think that you're going to see a range of villains in all sides of the characters, whether it be Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Flash. Like I think we're going to be getting a variety of characters that we've never seen before. And what helps, and I don't like using this comparison, but Gunn worked for Marvel, and he saw the amount of villains that all of those movies pushed out, whether it be a small villain, a big villain, a one scene villain. Like he knows what it takes to kind of make it all work. And I think that experience will help in that aspect of seeing many more people.
Do you think, what are the chances that he tries to bring in Chris Pratt to DC?
He already said he's going to bring him in.
Did he?
Well, no, he didn't say
I
Chris
was
Pratt. He
joking.
said, no, he didn't say Chris Pratt. He said Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista makes sense.
Dave Bautista
Dave
wants to play
Bautista.
Bane. He came out today this morning and said he's been trying for a while to play Bane.
He came out
That
saying
makes-
he's too old for Bane.
So
Aw.
yes, but he did say that
Not
he's been
true.
trying for a little bit to play Bane, and he thinks Gunn's going to be doing a full younger version of all these characters, and so he would be too old. There were rumors. Sorry, Jill, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say mentioning everyone's getting too old. I was gonna say maybe unpopular opinion because clearly Batman is the more prominent of DC, but I would kill for a Terry McGinnis instead of a Bruce Wayne.
I think a Batman Beyond movie would absolutely kill with Michael Keaton.
I would love a Terry McGinnis instead. Like we've seen 19 iterations of Bruce.
Yep.
Give
Yeah.
me Terry McGinnis.
And that's why I was going to bring up, and Mike brought it up. I want Nightwing.
Nightwing.
I want
Yeah,
Nightwing so
Nightwing.
badly.
I want a
I
Nightwing
think-
solo film more than I want a Batman movie.
I think Nightwing can be an incredibly good character on the screen because he is so different from Bruce Wayne. He's similar, but he's so different because he grew up in the Bruce Wayne household, but then they split ties, and he had this, this beaten side of him, and kind of went on a different path. I mean, honestly, a lot of the side characters for Batman, Nightwing, Red Hood, obviously the whole situation with Batgirl and getting a new Batgirl would be really cool. Like there's so many characters in the Batman world that you can do that aren't Batman.
Yeah.
And Terry McGinnis being one of them.
Yeah.
A Batman Beyond, which would be incredible.
Yeah. And Jeremy Miller mentioned it too. I want a Mr. Freeze really bad. If they could do Heart of Ice in a movie, like just that Batman the Animated Series episode, the Mr. Freeze episode about like his tragic past. And
I
great.
think Mr. Freeze is going to be the villain of Robert Pattinson's Batman 2.
I do too.
oh,
But is he
I
going to have the
think-
great puns?
No.
Which is what I'm concerned
Well,
about.
I don't know. But Matt Reeves has hinted at a couple times that he loves the character. And I think he is also kind of, if the first Batman showed us anything, he's kind of looking at the history of the characters and being like, Riddler was done cool by Jim Carrey, but how can we make him better? Mr. Freeze was done cool by Arnold, but how can we
Literally.
make him better? Yeah, exactly. I definitely think we could see Mr. Freeze as the villain as Batman 2. I think it's a possibility.
I
Yeah.
can see that.
I would like to see one of my favorite Batman villains, Penny Plunderer. His backstory is he got caught stealing pennies, and now he seeks revenge by stealing everyone's pennies.
Sounds about right. Sounds about
There's a reason why I don't know much about DC.
right. They have a lot of really wacky villains, but I'm gonna also, along with the chat here, screw the Justice League. Give me Teen Titans.
Well, here's what's
Yeah.
funny about that. DC just announced yesterday that the Teen Titans are they're taking over for the Justice League in the comic books.
Bless.
Ooh.
They're
makes
they're the main team of the new DC run.
Bless.
So if James Gunn has said that he is trying to make a continuity driven universe that is in all forms, it's very possible that they kind of pick up and do something like that.
Give me Teen Titans.
I mean, I actually enjoyed the later seasons of the Titans TV show that was on HBO. It just got canceled.
The live action one.
Yeah, I think I thought it was done pretty well, and there were some things here and there, but it definitely got better as the seasons went on. And they have Nightwing, they have Raven and Beast Boy and stuff. But I think on the big screen, that a Teen Titans movie would kill. I think it would kill.
Yeah.
They need to get a younger audience involved. in the live action big screen stuff.
Trying to think
it
of
would also be smarter to, if you want to go for your first team up, start there instead of going for the biggest obvious.
Well, yeah, you can just say like the Justice League or like Off-World or something, because that's what happens in the comic books, right? Watchtower, their base is in space. You could just say they're Off-World and the Titans have to pick up the pieces, or where the Titans reside, which is San Francisco, they have to do a fight in San Francisco.
I wonder if they would do something like Marvel, where they're giving us all these individual shows of the younger generation that's going to take over from the Avengers, like
like a Miss Marvel and She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I think it's possible. I
That would
definitely
make-
think it's possible.
like, see, I don't know if they would need to give them all their own
I don't think they would
show
need to.
before,
I don't
like, having
I
them
don't
all
think they
come
would need to
together.
with DC because the DC characters are so much more popular.
Well, unlike characters like Kate Bishop, for example, right, who is the next Hawkeye. On the Marvel side, she actually has comic book runs, but a lot of the Titans characters, they don't have comic book runs. They are in Teen Titans, so a lot of those characters just go together. They just kind of fit, like Beast Boy and Raven, and they
Other
just
than
all
Robin,
fit together. Yeah, Robin / Nightwing kind of does his own thing here and there, but for the most part, the Titans are all just the Titans. Like, they don't ever really do their own thing. I'm curious about the whole origin side of things. Like, which route are they going? Are they just going to drop the characters in place and let us see these stories? Or are they going to do origins for all these characters? That's a lot of characters to do origins
Are we
for.
seeing Martha Wayne
Yeah.
die for the 19th time?
No.
That's
I
the
don't-
thing that, like, with how comic book movies go now, everyone, I guess, expects the origin story. So, like, it will be difficult, but I would like to see them just drop
No, I
one
kind
in.
Marvel did Spider-Man this time,
Yeah.
where it's like, we get it, Uncle Ben's dead. Like,
Oh yeah.
Well,
That's a
and
good one.
Matt Reeves, honestly, even in Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman, they didn't do the whole. They did the Wayne killing. They did, it was in the very beginning of the movie during the intro credits. They just did like super small scenes. It wasn't like in the actual film. So they are starting to definitely kind of step away from telling origins on characters who we've already seen it multiple times.
Yeah,
Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. We don't need that.
Those three are, those are obvious, almost, if you were to say, like, the biggest superheroes of all time. Like, people are probably going to say Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and we get it. Like, those three origins, we got it. Planet explodes, parents are killed, Uncle Ben dies. Like, we've got that.
Childhood trauma. Done.
Yeah, literally all three of them have parents or parent die in the
Yeah.
origins. We don't need to see that anymore.
Yeah, we got
That's
it.
how you become a superhero, kids. Have a
No,
lot of childhood
That's
trauma.
how you get a Disney movie. Animated Disney movie.
That's how you be a Disney princess or a superhero. Childhood trauma.
I think for the most part, the hardcore people who are really into like the DC movies and stuff are hoping that, the new Superman is announced or the new Batman.
I don't care.
Because I think so. Yes, Jill, I agree in a sense, but because we haven't had a Superman movie since 2013, it is kind of a big deal, like a solo Superman movie.
I just kind of want to see what they like what are your plans? Like, I don't care about who's playing it. Like, I just kind of want to know what's going on.
I don't think we'll see any castings tomorrow. I think it'll all just be projects.
Yeah.
I think it'll just be straight arrow. Here's what's going on. Here's what we're going to do. These are when these movies are coming out. And then things will start to kind of trickle out as we go along.
I'm curious if it's going to be a thing similar to when they announced the MCU phases, where the titles are going to be familiar, like comic entities. Like, for example, in MCU, introduced Infinity War. People lost their shit because they know the Infinity War story. So I'm curious to see if DC's maybe going to go that route.
I mean, honestly, I would probably say yes. Honestly, I think so. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe not so much the solo movies, but maybe when it comes to something like down the line, like say they are leading to something like Justice League. and maybe it is titled Justice League something, or maybe there is a specific Superman story that, okay, here Superman and Brainiac. There's a comic book line called Superman and Brainiac. Maybe the movie is called Superman and Brainiac.
Yeah.
I think, again, going back to the whole James Gunn thing, I definitely think that a lot of inspiration is going to come from the MCU, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's successful for a reason.
Yeah, that's why they brought James Gunn on.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are like getting their like feathers ruffled because James Gunn's rebooting everything. It's like the same people who have been shitting on the DCU this entire time are now mad that they're rebooting it. Like, make up your mind, you know. And I think bringing in James Gunn, and he's so creative as a writer and a director, I think it's honestly the best thing that
I agree
execs at Warner Brothers has done.
I agree.
But
very curious on where this all goes. I'm sure maybe we'll talk about it next week. Maybe we'll see how we feel going into next week. Let's go and move on, though. We have another question here, another super chat from our special guest from last weekend, one Chase Howard. Thank you, Chase. Appreciate it. If you each got to host a private movie theater screening for you and your friends, what movie would you show? Just one movie?
Ooh.
Oof.
Oh, a Goofy movie.
Yeah, that's an easy pick.
We could all get up and do the dance.
Because that's like a fun thing where like everyone will, because like if you're gonna have a private theater, you want it to be like a fun time. Everyone knows those songs. Everyone can try and do like, you know, the perfect cast, like a Goofy movie. Done.
I want to say my first thought was going to be Troll 2. Because it's just one of those hilariously bad movies that
I'm not surprised.
Our friend group actually has history with. So, but like I don't know. Now that I have a bunch of new friends, I don't think I would subject all of them to Troll 2 as well.
This is so hard. One movie. This like there are so many movies rolling through my head right now. I want to go like one of my favorites, but I also want to do one that's like, oh, this movie just deserves to be loved and shown more. It's hard. It's not easy. It is very, very difficult.
Okay, Jeremy, The Room would be a lot of fucking fun to host.
Troll 2 is a masterpiece.
The Room would be so fun.
I've met the dad from Troll 2, and
I did not hit her. I did not.
There was, I think the son was there too when they did the Troll 2 documentary movie.
Ooh,
that was a lot of fun.
That's fun.
Brian, you got one? Because my brain is.
I'm bouncing back and forth between three.
Oh, you got to pick one.
I have a feeling I know them.
Okay, name
at least no. Just
no,
one,
yes,
at
no,
least
no,
one
no.
of them.
No. Go ahead. Name. I'm curious.
Goodness, I said just the one.
No. What are my three?
One of them's got to be White Chicks.
No.
Oh, I was thinking that.
Okay, one of them's got to be the hot chick.
Nope.
Mean Girls.
Nope.
Interesting. Okay.
Is it a DC movie?
Nope.
Why don't you tell us?
Well, the three I'm bouncing between is Toy Story, because I don't remember seeing that on screen, so I think it would be cool.
I do.
Hercules, the animated movie, because the songs are just that'd be fun. And there's something super special to me about when we saw Lady Bird at the Tower Theater, which is like the theater of the old theater of Sacramento, and they even show it in the movie. But out of pure fun wise though, I think Hercules would be just fun.
Hercules would be fun.
I mean, those songs, you just
my mind keeps going to musicals.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just like a fun. I mean, Hercules is just so good, so good.
If I would do different movies with like different friend groups. So like the girlfriends that I had growing up, I might do Grease.
Oh, that's a great one. I love that.
I learned from TikTok that Grease 2, someone's balls fall out of their pants.
Yep. The track scene.
Yeah. Last week.
If it's for me and my friends, I'd probably
Well, it
do
would be
Tron
because it's a
Legacy.
private screening.
Tron
see
Legacy.
Tron?
I'd probably do Tron Legacy.
That's
I'm a
like my
sucker
sister's
for it.
favorite.
Tron Legacy, because it's me and my friends, not like me and my family, or it's me and my friends. We'd rock out to some Tron Legacy for 2 hours, 100%.
Jake, were you here when Chase said Mamma Mia? And was it Molly? You said I've never seen it.
Molly's never
Yeah.
seen that.
The audible.
I've never
Because
seen
we were
it.
because we were talking
Okay,
about
so-
ABBA.
So Chase, are we now doing double feature? Is that what we're doing now?
Well, then you'd have to pick the same thing.
I'm doing Goofy movie and an extremely Goofy movie. Done.
Duh.
I'm surprised you didn't pick the Two Incredibles.
Well, the second.
If it's a
one's not-
double feature, Jill, the Two Incredibles would work probably better.
Yeah.
If it's a
could
double
also-
feature,
Imagine that cut into one giant movie.
But
We could
like the
also
second
do
one
it-
has nothing to do with the first one.
The two
Really?
Scooby-Doo movies
That'd be
That
fun.
would be fun.
Oh my God, the two Scooby Doos.
if I was
That's
doing
good.
like just a full blown, I would do Infinity War and then Endgame right after.
Yeah,
That's a
Just-
long
yeah.
fucking
that's
night.
It is, but it's
that's
just
ridiculous.
Damn, like that.
I have
one.
my double feature, and it's fantastic.
Oh shoot!
Brendan Fraser's The Mummy and Tron Legacy.
How do those go together?
Ooh,
I don't care if
would,
they go together; they're great.
I would go for the Mummy and leave after that.
Molly, that's so mean.
Tron's just meh.
What?
She's staying for the Mummy and then she's leaving for some cocktails.
You know what? Here we go. February watch along is my birthday month. Tron Legacy. Roll the clip.
Oh God.
Yay.
I thought you were gonna say the Mummy.
Yay!
No,
Tron
we'll see.
Legacy.
We'll see if that happens.
Hey,
Chase, I will introduce you to Troll 2. Just wait.
if it's all five of us, we can each pick a Twilight movie.
No.
Jake's not picking a Twilight movie.
Yes.
I told you guys
Twilight.
after watching them, I watched them to write trivia for you guys. I was the only one to watch them to write trivia for you guys. I will never put those movies on again in my life.
Have
Ever.
you guys seen that
Ever.
people have special ticketed
lost.
movie events for Twilight and like everyone goes and quotes the entire thing?
Oh
as
my
they're-
God. That would
piss
be-
me off.
That would be the worst experience of my life.
Yeah, it's a thing.
What is it? Hearing everyone just yell out "Spider Monkey" would kill me.
Me too.
No, hearing
Totally.
everyone yell
Or
Bella, where the hell you
Bella.
been, Loca?
I
Here
hate
you been, Luca?
Ugh. Hate those two lines. It literally just makes me like,
That's
ugh.
crazy.
It's just
Yeah.
the worst. Jake, I'll never forget seeing Tron IMAX 3D in that movie. If that movie would have came out now, it would destroy.
Yeah, 100% it would.
It just.
But they're gonna ruin it with Jared Leto. So yeah,
Oh God,
let's
that's
not
right.
talk about that.
It was there's a lot of things that were ahead of
Stop
its time.
casting Jared Leto in everything.
Facts.
That movie was ahead of its time.
God, he's disgusting.
Andy says role models or Blue Brothers. The Blues Brothers, excuse me. That's
Role
great.
Models is a great one.
Love
Role models is so underrated. So underrated. The LARPing in that movie is fantastic.
Yeah.
Love role models.
Jeremy has Avengers Endgame.
It's a good one.
Let's see. Sean says, tough question. I feel like I want to pick one that set right vibe so everyone could go dancing or partying after and not feel.
That's why I
drained by
said
the movie.
Goofy movie because everyone's gonna be hyped.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And we can
Vapion
dance
says The
during that
Princess
one.
Bride.
The Princess Bride would be a fun
That's
one.
good.
Have fun.
Malignant.
Yeah, I thought about that. That was
That would be funny.
definitely an option.
Biodome. Oh my
my
god, a
God.
Biodome and
Biodome.
Encino Man double feature.
Oh God.
Ooh, Encino Man. Yeah.
That'd be so good.
I don't
That'd
even
be
know what
so
that
good.
is.
Yep, Tron. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you all.
Into him. I'm looking at like my recently watched on Letterboxd just out of curiosity. Now I'm like, is there anything that I would like love to see again? Because all my movies are. You guys keep challenging me every other week to a new movie, and I'm like,
I'm trying to think of movies that like you can't normally see on like in theaters or like they're hard to find.
Mhm.
So Troll 2 would be one of those, but also I don't know if anyone remembers this movie, but Thief and the Cobbler was an
Yeah.
old animated movie
I remember.
that like it got released and then it got re-released completely different. So the original Thief and the Cobbler, you can't find it anywhere now,
Interesting.
but that would be a good one in
That'd be
theaters.
dope.
1995. Oh, this is interesting. The Thief and the Cobbler is an unfinished animated fantasy film.
Oh yeah, the end of it I think is like, it's unfinished, just like
Interesting.
If we're picking weirdo movies that you can't find anywhere, I'm picking Rock and Rule. That's my pick.
That's a good pick. I just thought of my double feature. I'm erasing my other double feature for this one.
Oh.
Sorry to change it. Atlantis: The Lost Empire and Treasure Planet.
Sold.
I've never seen.
That's my double feature.
Sold.
100%.
I've never seen Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet
is fantastic.
I'm trying to think of movies that I didn't get to see on theater that I like either regret missing or
Boo.
like what?
I brought up
Vapion's
Vapion saying
Vapion's
he would
comment.
be with us watching Troll 2.
Boo.
I don't know.
Can't piss on hospitality.
I'm just trying to think of like what's a movie that you never got to see in theaters that you would want to see for the first time in theaters.
That's just
Breakfast Club.
The original Star Wars.
Yeah. Obviously.
I mean, they
But
do
in that-
showings
in-
of that all the time.
Me too.
In 77.
Breakfast Club would be a fun one too.
Breakfast Club, 16 Candles.
Oh!
Thunder on the big
Bueller.
screen.
This is a weird one, but I love this. Small Soldiers.
Sean would dig that. Sean
Small
loves
Soldiers
the
screening. Let's
bird
go.
cage.
I love the
The
Birdcage.
Birdcage.
Fun fact, I've never seen the Birdcage.
Oh,
Whoa. That should be a watch along.
Guess who's getting challenged to it tomorrow?
Birdcage.
Actually, Brian, I have to spin the wheel, so you better good luck with the
They're
wheel.
going to be all the Birdcage.
Birdcage.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything like immediately other than Star Wars. don't
I
know.
might do the Robot Chicken Star Wars.
Oh my god, those are so.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
Wait,
one.
Chase,
That
what
would
do we do? Oh, Pride for
be-
Birdcage?
for the Birdcage Pride Month watch along. When's that? June?
You should know.
I'm sorry.
Stop being a bad gay.
I'm so the worst gay. I'm the worst gay. I don't know when Pride Month is. I'm sorry.
Let's
At
cross
least I-
fingers that the Birdcage becomes available on streaming because right now it's only
is it
for
not?
rent.
Damn.
Only for
It's
rent right now.
not- Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, but obviously things fluctuate throughout the month, so we have
That's-
5 months
That's
to see.
homophobic. Sorry.
Yes.
Maybe I magically
it
find
out.
it on my computer and we can just share my screen.
They'll put it out in June, knowing people will watch it.
They have to.
I'd be fine with Bros too. I'm still on like that one. Trying to think. What are good gay movies?
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah. Oh no, I'll save it for tomorrow. Damn it.
Save it for
Yeah,
tomorrow.
no words on The Last of Us. No
Yeah.
words on The Last of Us.
I'll save it for tomorrow.
Vapion Small Soldiers is on Paramount Plus, by the way. We could put it on the watch along list. It's on Paramount Plus. Spaceballs obviously would be a lot of fun. All right, well, I think that's going to wrap up tonight's show, everybody. We took 2 pretty good questions there for the Ask Us Anything. Thank you guys so much to Mike and Chase for the super chats. We appreciate you. Talked about some DC stuff, talked about some movie screenings, and then up top on the beginning of the show, talked about some shows and movies that we have been watching lately. If you missed the beginning of the show. So before we wrap up, just quickly, tomorrow we'll be live 5 o'clock Pacific right here. While my dog's playing in the background. 5 o'clock Pacific
Cute.
right
I'm
here.
watching them.
And we will be reviewing The Last of Us episode 3. It'll be myself, Brian, Molly, Alex, and possibly Jill. Hopefully Jill.
We'll see how much
if
I
she's
can get
able-
through tonight.
Yeah, depending on if she's able to watch them. But yeah, we'll do some quick plugs and get out of here. Jill, where can everyone find you online?
Chili Marie, 2 Y's, 2 E's, Twitter and Instagram.
Oh, he's so cute.
Look
Makes
how
me want another dog so bad.
I'm dangerously close to getting a dog. Dangerously
it.
close. I need an emotional support animal.
Yes.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Since Chase said I say it too fast, B of Alcino for my Twitter and Instagram. See, okay, here's the thing. I don't say it. I say it fast because no one knows how to spell my last name, anyways.
Which is
Spell it
why,
out
like
for us.
we said, you need a whiteboard with your name on it.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
B of
It is in the description of the video. Also,
It is. That's fair. That's fair.
Just yeah. There you go.
Down there.
Twitter and Instagram. My name, if you want to find me on Goodreads, my cult is growing. I'm at like 5.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Five cults.
Five whole members. So come join that. That's fun. So
Molly.
Oh, Pockflix too.
Molly.
You can find me at Molly Damon on Twitter, Molly Mander on Instagram, Star Wars Explained for Star Wars stuff. We're streaming on Wednesdays covering Bad Batch. Thursdays are Lego streams.
There
Oh
you
yeah,
go.
Tuesdays Alex is streaming Jedi Fallen Order, but I'm just in the chat for those. So
You have he put out even a little schedule I saw.
yeah, that was my idea. I was like,
Oh,
we're
that
doing
one.
a lot of streams. Let's just make a little graphic that I can post every week.
Good
So
job.
that's
maybe you
pinned
should
on
even,
our.
like, make a calendar.
Oh yeah, the calendars. I have to ask them about those.
No, I gave up on those. Those actually ended up stressing me out because I was like, there's too much going on.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
March is just going to be like.
Yeah.
There's no use in making a calendar for March.
Myself, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Qui-Gon Jake. 2 N's because someone else took it before I did. Apocalypse movies on a weekly basis. We have our show tomorrow. If DC stuff drops, the show's going to be breaking down everything DC. Again,
not,
tomorrow.
Who knows?
I have a backup idea, but I won't reveal that. Tomorrow, again, we'll be reviewing The Last of Us right here on the channel, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 Eastern, episode 3. We'll be breaking down that fantastic episode of HBO's new show. And then check out the Patreon, everybody. Patreon's a lot of fun. A lot of cool things. We just did trivia last week. Congratulations to Sebastian on winning our Pitch Perfect trivia. And then this Thursday, we will be watching Big Hero 6 is what we will be watching.
Yes.
Big Hero 6 won the
I
poll,
love that.
61% victory.
Let's go.
We will be
Yay.
watching that on Thursday evening right here on the
Show
channel on
that to my
Patreon. So check
kids.
that out for $2.
So
$2 a month. You can join the Discord and join us for a watch along. It's a lot of fun. Great people in this community, and we highly recommend it. Of course, go check out Happy Hour as well if you did not already. Molly, Jill, and Chase killed it this last weekend. We appreciate you guys, everyone watching live. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, day, evening, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.